Hey, so this morning's Hat Talk, I am here with my friend Ronnie, who is also my neighbor, and she is a phenomenal realtor in the Brandon, Tampa area. And I want to talk to her today because part of her marketing is she writes a column for our local paper where she talks about stuff that's pertinent to homeowners specifically. And she wrote a story this past week that really touched her. And so we are going to talk to her about that, and she's going to share with you kind of some. I think this kid was super industrious, right? Mm-hmm. And you were impressed with them. So
definitely at 11 years old.
Right. Let me turn the camera around. One second.
Hi, I'm Ronnie. I am your residential realtor, and I write a small column, a real estate column for the Bloomingdale Gazette. And I normally write about market updates and how to get your house ready for sale and landscaping and different things like that. But this month I was told about a story about 11-year-old Bloomingdale child, a boy, who wants to play tackle football this next season, and it's a lot of money. He just played tackle football last season. He's got a couple brothers, and his mother actually answered a post on Facebook about somebody who needed work done around the house, and he jumped for the opportunity to help make money to help pay for his next football season. And I just thought he was such an inspiration that, we all the moms out there. I've always volunteered, at the different schools, Chimino and Bloomingdale and Burns, and we're always out there fundraising for our kids and for our school. And this child actually worked for 4 days after school. He gets off the bus at about 5 o'clock, and he actually gets his rake and gets his gloves and goes and he does some landscaping, pulling weeds. And his mom helps him. His mom trained him. And he was so proud, and he actually raised about half the money that's going to take so far to pay for tackle football. And I asked him, I said, why did you do this? And he said, football is so much money. And I asked him, what can he recommend to other children out there who, need to chip in, to help their parents pay for their activities. And he said, just don't be afraid to learn new skills. And I thought that was so brilliant coming from an 11-year-old. And the whole thing is we have babysitters out there and dog watchers and dog walkers, and there's people in our neighborhoods who you could use a little extra money this time of year. And I think the whole thing is reach out to them first. I think that's what he taught us. And as a child to put in that effort, I just think he was a complete inspiration.
Awesome. And so you write this article once a month, mm-hmm. right, for the Bloomingdale Gazette, and it's part of your marketing.
Basically, I was asked to write it. This is my 24th column. It's a column.
Okay.
In the Bloomingdale Gazette. Yep. And this was my 24th month. So normally I'd write a column about how to you can sell your house in December. You can, and how to prepare. But hearing about this child, Carson, I decided to write about him instead.
Awesome. So I'm going to put a link at the bottom how people can get in touch with you if they need to. But so part of the things that we talk about on Hat Talks for Entrepreneurs is the marketing piece that you do, mm-hmm. and how it's unique to you, right? Mm-hmm. Because as a realtor, you have different skills and you have to reach a different audience than a lot of us.
Yes.
And you found that niche
yes.
in a neighborhood column.
Yeah.
So for entrepreneurs, what do you tell them as far as like marketing? This kind of to find their own lane, I guess, something that's unique to them.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you definitely have to figure out, you definitely have to look back over the past year or however long you've been in business and figure out the top 3 ways that you are getting business. You have to measure. Yep. Marketing has to be measured. And what I do with this, I'm part of the Chatterton group, and the Chatterton group has had this column now for years. I took it over 24 months ago, and this is more of a PR thing than a marketing thing, but it does get my face out there in about 5,000 driveways every month. And definitely back to the marketing piece, find out where your business came from last year. and focus on the top 3 ways this year. And that's what I've learned. And that's right out of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. It's a book. But that's what I recommend.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.